We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in week 4. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Jets, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Hey, check that, street. Go check. Hey, go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Cowboys hit 3-0 here in the month of September, and they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Now 3rd down and 7. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Off the bootleg. Tatum. He'll buy some time right. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Check, smash, check.
To throw on second down. Tatum. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Right back to him on first down. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Now a handoff running through the middle. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Hayward. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they'll pitch it out here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up. Aubrey good with a PAT.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get only a... Couple up to the 22. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Off the play fake. Tatum. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Back to throw. Tatum. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up fourth down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Off play action. Tatum. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. 32 yards.
And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And this will be caught. In the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. 37 yards.
And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Here's Harris to return it.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down. Looking to throw. Tatum, quick hitter here, it's complete. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now they'll change things around before the snap. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. Now inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Xavier Worthy, 74 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. Brian Thomas, 67 yards. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
They'll set up to throw.
He'll get this complete to Worthy. Down the left sideline.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Xavier Worthy
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Jets take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now Narveson for the PAT.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And, CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time out, you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play, one pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just saved those calls for this possession instead.
Right there, hurt. Pat the street.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Tatum.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for them so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll roll him out right. Now the ball comes loose, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material.
Up the middle with Barkley.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Narvis's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
After that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the second half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. It's Barkley on the counter. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll set up a throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown, Jets.
Xavier Worthy.
42 yards.
And the Jets are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
Throwing to start the drive. Tatum.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Tatum sliding out of the pocket.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
That is caught. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Back to throw again.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
There he goes, left side.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown.
Xavier Worthy,
83 yards.
And the Jets are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's a throw off the scramble, and that's complete out left.
Still going inside the 20.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. The Cowboys offense, it'll stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Jets are going to take over here up near the 40.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but
looking right side, and it's intercepted. He's to the 10.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Barkley with a carry on first down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Jets first down, and that should just about do it.
Again, it's Barkley.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.